about it, especially in computing environments. Because statistics say that 80% of crimes almost that happen in the technology world deal with insider crime. Yes? Yes, probably. Did I mess that up? Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. But there have been studies from a psychological perspective on the concept of insider threat. And the studies indicate that there are preconditions for a person to engage in insider threat. There has to be an opportunity for that to happen. There has to be a motive, and it's usually a motive that is deeper than just money. Okay? There should be an ability to overcome natural inhibitions for doing something bad, and a trigger. Like if you're really, really pissed off about something at your job and someone just pissed you off right there and then, that triggered you to go ahead and do some kind of insider threat activity. Those are usually the preconditions according to research that's done. Impact, check it out. All right? These statistics mean something. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Are we taking care of it properly? No, because we're spending too much time doing research on authentication, authorization, access control, firewalls, and so on and so forth. Are we spending enough time understanding the people? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. So why do people misuse computers? Well, there's two major old theories. There's choice theory and there's rational choice theory. Rational choice theory is basically, choice theory is like humans choose to perform a crime. Rational choice theory is if I'm looking at doing something bad, I want to outweigh, if I'm going to do something bad, will I get away with it? And if I get, how easy it is to get away with it. Okay? Those are the things that you look at when you're looking at rational choice theory. The point is, researchers in our field, and I have talked to them on several occasions, they say that the chance of being caught may be diminished because you perceive yourself to be more anonymous when you are behind a computer screen. Everyone that you talk to will say this almost. And here's my pitch. Show me the proof. I have contacted researchers that have published in this field, and they make that claim, and I tell them to send me studies to show me that this is exactly what's happening. And they're not doing that. I can't make a claim as a scientist and expect it to go out and, yeah, here you go. This is true. Show me the proof. Do a study that shows you this. It's not being done. We need to do this, especially if we are STEM students, because we understand computing and we know what's happening with a computer. So we need to start understanding the human behavior as well, specifically in the case of anonymity and insider threat. So what next? Well, let's take all the deindividuation theories, let's apply them to computing, let's create studies to test those theories in computing environments, but not only in computing environments, in deviant computing environments. Okay? In computing environments that you know that there's cybercrime happening. You want to test them in cybercrime settings. You don't just want to test them when I'm sending you an email and you're sending me an email. Because our purpose is to figure out why cybercrime is happening. So, conclusions. Hopefully you got out of my talk that humans are the problem at the end of the day. Okay? It's not the encryption algorithm you're using. It's not the decryption algorithm you're using. It could be. You could help mitigate things in that area, but we're always going to find a way to go around that. Okay? Mostly, people in the STEM area, in the science, computer technology areas, they forget that there's such a thing as a human, an individual. They focus all their research mostly on what? On code, on computers, on hardware, on networks, on wireless networks, on wired networks. Is that all we should be doing? No. How does that impact humans? The bigger problem is the individuation theories change. The meaning of anonymity changed. All these things are happening and we're still behind because we don't fully understand how anonymity is affecting cybercrime. And I'm only giving you two examples, the IT insider threat and high-tech white-collar crimes, because these seem to be the most prevalent types of cybercrime that are happening. Come on. Are there any questions? Feel free to ask anything you want. Not anything that relates to this. Yes?
How do you
Push that thing there.
How do you remove the human element in creating safe computer networks?
You can't. Can you? Who thinks you can? I don't think you can. Because even if computers become automated with artificial intelligence, at the end of the day, there's a person that created that artificial intelligence. That is what I'm trying to explain here. Any other questions? Who found this interesting outside the scope of what they're doing? Okay. Who thinks that we really should start doing stuff like this? Why? Who can materialize what they experienced? Yes.
Well, anyone who
Push that thing so you can be heard.
well,
Yes.
pretty sure anyone who's ever visited any type of forum regularly online will tell you that people are a lot more bold on forums because they think they're anonymous on
Yeah.
those forums, even though moderators and such can check their IP. And especially in the case of what has been labeled trolls, you have people who will create several accounts thinking that no one knows that all 5 of those accounts are the same person.
Yeah.
But in reality, they do have their IP tagging all 5 of those as the same person who's just trying to cause trouble.
And you understand this why? Because you know technology, right?
Because I moderate a forum.
There you go. But you understand technology a little better than the average user. That's also another factor that we should look at. Yes.
How would you propose conducting research into how to differentiate who's going to be a cyber criminal and who isn't?
Okay. There is already research done by Dr. Rogers on this, and it's on cybercrime criminal profiling. So there is research that's being done on that in that area. So, but I think what we should do is take these theories that existed on normal crime and see if they apply to cybercrime or not. Because we can't just simply assume that they do. We need to test that. As scientists, as people, as an academic, as an academic, we need to test that. I'm not going to stand in front of you and tell you this is what's happening if I don't know if that's what's happening or not. I need to test that. I need to put that into action. Any other questions? Yes.
So you're motivating this topic, but what other research has been, or what are you currently working on specifically?
I'm working on this.
But I mean, what kind of data are you looking at, or what? I mean,
I'm actually
specific research questions.
Okay. I'm looking at how anonymity and personal integrity affects a person, or whether or not that will, based on those variables, whether or not that person will be more willing or less willing to engage in cybercriminal activities. Does that make any sense? Yes. Push that.
This seems more of like a psychology type research. And
Yes.
In psychology, it's hard to do kind of scientific method. It's more of
That is absolutely not true.
you can't know what someone's thinking for 100% sure. You can make assumptions.
I agree with you.
You
on
can ask them to fill out a form after they get arrested. You can try to come up with different. But at the end of the day, you have no real facts.
Okay.
And there's no scientific. How do you? Give me one example of an experiment that you can have hard proof, hard scientific fact of how someone was thinking at a certain time when they were maybe doing a crime.
Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, you made a false assumption in saying you're not using a scientific method. Because here's something that psychology people do. Since it is a social science, let me continue. Since it is a social science, and they understand that people that have a very natural scientific background